This was an amazing Raw. An amazing Raw. A fantastic Raw. An astronomical Raw. Here, no less, in Canada. But a little bag of spiders came along with a dream. That bag of spiders' dream says, I'm gonna be the dumbest thing on the show tonight. And then Naomi came along and said, nope. What's going on, everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal Spaz Phoenix, the YWC Reality Check, here with your Raw review for Star Trek Day. May the 4th be with you. And that's probably brought to you by Jack Swagger. But, anyways, Raw, live from Montreal tonight, up here in, like I say, Canada. I could make a bunch of jokes about how Quebec doesn't want to be Canada and Montreal. Montreal, screw job, and blah, 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 blah. I could do it. It's cliche, they've all been done to death. It's a thing. Anyways, great show tonight. And this is one of those shows, I'm not going to harp on this a lot. This is one of those shows that I point at when people say, oh, NXT guys get treated like shit on the main roster. NXT guys don't get a chance to be in the focus, to be in the spotlight, to be in the limelight, etc. You know, they bring guys up from NXT and do nothing with them. And yes, the Ascension is a thing. I gotcha. But that's one example, and let's see how many examples of awesome NXT talent there was on this Monday Night Raw tonight. Also, the crowd. The Montreal crowd, who you figure would be chanting in French, but you know, that's also a thing. I hate French. I'm just putting it out there. But no, lots of chants. I'll be making reference to some of them I couldn't make out, as is usually the way. We start off Star Trek Day, or Star Wars Day Raw, with Randy Orton talking about payback. He talks about Rollins. He thanks the WWE Universe for creating the triple threat match, and he mentions that, yeah, Roman Reigns is coming along for the ride, but he's going to be disappointed. Roman Reigns comes out and says it won't go down like that, and immediately gets met with loud, thunderous RKO chants from my fellow Canadians. I'll get my payback on Rollins. These fans don't fight for you. Talking to the crowd, mocking the crowd, fucking great. If you come near me, you won't be leaving standing. I've beaten you on pay-per-view before. Orton comes back, and rightfully so, with I'm a 12-time champion, this is my 12th consecutive WrestleMania, you've got a lot of catching up to do, which is fantastic. Roman Reigns says, I want Seth, but I have no problem beating you instead. Again, raucous RKO chants. The New Day come out. Big grin on my face. We gotta kill the negativity. We're gonna bring you the power of positivity because we are the only champions out here right now. Nobody cares about your Montreal boo-hoo job. It's fantastic. It's a new day. And loud, raucous New Day sucks chants. Roman has never won the big one. Randy Orton, Rollins has your number. He's had your number so many times it's on speed dial. That's fucking wonderful. You're gonna clap like the New Day, or, excuse me, or you're going to face us in a 3-on-2 handicap match, which is fucking wonderful, and that came straight from the Director of Operations, Kane. Short, sweet, to the point, love it. As I said, coming back from break, Orton and Roman versus the New Day. We start the match with Orton and Kofi as the legal men. And I could make any number of jokes there, couldn't I? Go back and look at your recent history. Look closely at the history of what the YWC likes to bitch about. Before Kofi joined the New Day, which we're not allowed to cheer because it's the New Day, and that's the new thing we've decided we're not allowed to cheer. People vehemently were behind Kofi Kingston, and they were vilifying Randy Orton as the one that killed his push, his momentum. It's not the fact that he's just not a main eventer, but whatever. Kicks and punches by Kofi, hard clothesline by Orton. Orton suplexes Kofi onto the ropes. Suplex by Rollins, headlock by Woods. Shoulder tackle by Roman and a Samoan drop. Boot by Orton and a vertical suplex. Orton stomp and knees. So Orton stomp all the way around, all the extremities, and the knees to the head, which is fucking wonderful. Double team by Orton and Roman. He does here, and it's one of these situations where I'm going to try and explain it, but I can't really do a very good job. You know the first part of the sharpshooter, where you lock the legs over while they're still on their back before you turn them? Well, he stepped on his stomach and left them in that sort of locked position without rolling it over, so that Randy Orton could, oh yes, drop another knee on his head. Orton continues the Orton Stomp, a huge belly-to-belly by Big E. Triple team by the New Day on Orton. Rhodes rides a crossface, and then a dropkick by Woods. There is a loud JBL chant at this point, because fuck the crowd sometimes. We go to a commercial, we come back from commercial, and Kofi has a headlock on Roman Reigns. Kofi hits a dropkick to Roman Reigns, a release, overhead, belly-to-belly suplex by Big E. And then he does it again, for fun. Slingshot elbow by Woods, swinging neckbreaker by Woods, and we get a CM Punk chant for reasons. Kofi rides a front face lock, Woods rides a headlock. Roman Reigns tosses Woods and gets a clothesline out of the deal. Hot tag to Orton, rolling clotheslines to Kofi, but they're stopped by a pendulum kick by Kofi, which is pretty damn nice. I'm not gonna lie. Splash by Kofi turns into a slam by Orton instead. Roman with a Superman punch to Big E, Woods with a kick to Roman, a suspension DDT to Kofi by Orton, RKO to Woods, RKO attempt on Kofi, but Roman Reigns spears Orton by mistake. Woods and Big E hold Roman outside the ring, while Kofi, here's your big victorious moment, YWC, Kofi Kingston pins Randy Orton. Now, shut up. Just saying. The New Day win. I have no problem with this whatsoever. Kane comes out, laughing at the team of Orton and Roman and the fact that they can't get along whatsoever, and announces that the main event tonight is going to be Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. Because reasons. Going to the back, Kane and Rollins mock each other backstage. They say they're going to turn the authority on each other. Triple H is going to be mad at you. No, Triple H is going to be mad at you. And he says, well, the Rollins-Ambrose match on SmackDown was stopped because of interference, so we're going to have it again tonight on Raw. Rollins interjects that the interference was by Kane, and he says, well, I'm going to do it anyway. J&J are banned from ringside. I could tie your arm up, I could tie your leg up, I could tie you to the post if I wanted to, but for right now, you're going to face Ambrose later on tonight. Renee Young introduces Ryback. Ryback comes out and he says he doesn't know why Bray Wyatt has tackled him, but it's a stupid decision. He's been facing fear all his life. This is beautiful, right here. I know we're not supposed to give Ryback a lot of credit either, but they start chanting Goldberg, and he stops whatever he's going to say, and he's like, I love you guys. I love you guys. Keep it up. He says, if I ignore it, you're just going to keep doing it. And the crowd stops, and they have a think about it for a second, and they all kind of, if you look in the crowd, and I kind of did for a second, they all kind of smile and nod to themselves, and they get in line with the Feed Me More chants. It's great. I don't care if they were humoring him, I don't care if they were just, you know, getting into it for the sake of getting into it, but in that one moment, he kind of turned them a little bit, which is fucking great. He says, I know all about fear. I broke my ankle in 3 places. They said I'd never fight again. They said I had to quit, and I just took that fear and I ate it. I wake up hungry, and this is why I do what I do. You didn't scare me, you woke me up and it's feeding time. Wyatt responds with a big, long Wyatt diatribe that I'm not even going to try and read to you guys, because you know what it's like when I try to. I just fail miserably. I think it's funny that wherever the stationary camera is in the crowd picks up one lonely voice doing a Samoa Joe style why it's gonna kill you, why it's gonna kill. It's fucking fantastic. I hope that happens when he comes to the, you know, I was going to say when he comes to the main roster, but when they come to that match, I hope it happens. I hope they do that for Joe when he comes to NXT is what I meant to say. Kid and Cesaro take on the Ascension, so this is what it is. Tyson Kidd gets a huge ovation, obviously being in Canada, being in Montreal, his association with the Hart family, and how Bret Hart got screwed in Montreal, etc., etc., etc. Victor and Kidd start off boots by Victor, boots by Connor, uppercuts by Victor, slamming a suplex by Victor. Victor rides a headlock for a long time because he's a bad guy. Victor rides a headlock and he goes into a standing vertical suplex by Connor. Connor tosses Tyson Kidd into Victor's boot as he's giving him the big boot, which is fucking nice. Slam by Connor. Cesaro back body drops Victor and boots Connor off the apron. Multiple uppercuts to Victor. This was fucking beautiful. It must have happened at least 10 times. Throws him into the corner, follows it up with a running uppercut. Follows him to the other corner, follows it with a running uppercut. Maybe 10 times, maybe more, and I'm not even exaggerating, and finishes it off with a clothesline. Deadlift gut wrench suplex to Victor by Cesaro. Clotheslines Connor off the ring on the outside. A high knee to Victor and a swing drop kick from a swing drop kick double team thing. I don't know what the fuck they're calling it. Give me a break. Kid and Cesaro get the win is the bottom line. Ambrose versus Rollins, and before the match starts, Kane comes out once again to announce that if Dean wins the match at Payback... Oh, sorry. When they were bickering before, Rollins denied that the match should happen because there was no purpose, there was no point to it. He was just going to get hurt, and there was no reason for the match to happen. He says, you're right. There isn't any reason for this match to happen. Until now, because if Dean Ambrose beats you tonight, he's going to be added to the triple threat match at Payback, and it's going to become a fatal four-way. And at this point, the YWC, myself included, as well as the crowd there live in Montreal, start salivating. Quick roll-up and punches by Ambrose. Rollins bails immediately. It's one of those kinds of things where it's like, normally to defend your title, you would bail. You would keep your title by disqualification. But if you lose by disqualification in this case, then Ambrose is going to get added to your match of Payback and you're fucked. So he comes back. They trade... Why are we beeping? Why is this a thing? Elbow by Ambrose, they start trading blows outside the ring. Clothesline by Ambrose, headlock and a kick to the head by Ambrose. A modified Indian Deathlock and facelock combination by Ambrose, which is really nice, tearing at the face and being all maniacal and shit. It's all good. Mudhole by Rollins, a snapmare and a kick to the back. Mounted punches by Rollins, and then mounted punches by Ambrose. You know, it's awesome. It's one of those anything you can do, I can do better type scenarios. Chops by Ambrose, running knee, and a slam by Rollins. Rollins rides a headlock for a long time because he's a bad guy, to the glorious chance of you sold out. Rollins keeps riding the headlock. Ambrose suplexes Rollins out of the ring as we go to commercial break. I love when there's something like that. I'm not going to lie. When we have something to send us into commercial break that makes us want to come back, like we're going anywhere. But suplexes him right out of the ring. It's fucking great. Back in the ring with another Rollins headlock. Really, really reminding us that he's a bad guy, guys. It's really, really important. Headbutts and an arm snapmare by Ambrose. Rollins hits a face-first sweep into the second turnbuckle as he does. Boot and a top rope tornado DDT by Ambrose. Punches and chops by Ambrose. Running elbow and a running bulldog by Ambrose. A suicide dive by Ambrose. A face-first Batista bomb by Ambrose gets a "This is awesome" chant, and it well should. Standing elbow drop by Ambrose. The thing he does, it's the savage elbow drop, but it's to a standing opponent. It's a standing elbow drop. Leave me alone. Hangman on the top rope and a top rope knee by Rollins. A low super kick by Rollins, and they start trading punches. Ambrose clotheslines both men out of the ring in a ridiculous ragdoll spot that should have gotten another "This is awesome" chant, but it wasn't nearly loud enough. Rollins hits what would be the buckle bomb on the outside of the ring against the guardrail, and you're convinced that Ambrose is pretty much fucking dead. Mudhole by Rollins when Ambrose gets back in the ring, and rebound clothesline by Ambrose. J&J Security try to interfere. There's a bit of a scuffle, and Ambrose gets a quick roll-up victory, and Ambrose is the fourth competitor in the title match Payback, guys. This is a thing. This is a thing. This is the Shield triple threat we've always wanted since the Shield debuted, plus Randy Orton. And everybody's going to say, well, why does Randy Orton have to be in it? He's been around forever. Rah, he's another John Cena. Fuck off. That's all I've got to say about that. Fuck the fuck off. You've got the never-before-seen element of a Shield triple threat match, plus the match that we got between Orton and Rollins at WrestleMania in one match. Suck it up and deal with it. And it's Fatal 4-Way, which means it's going to be no DQ, which means there's going to be all kinds of fun. Fandango hits on Lana in the back, and you know that that's just going to lead to bad things. That's just the way it's going to go, because Fandango is taking on Rusev next. Before the match even starts, we want Lana chance. Rusev boots and pounds on Fandango. Fandango gets a few punches in. Fandango gets one easy shot in on Rusev. Well, Rusev's sort of collecting himself. Fandango, because he's an idiot, goes out to the outside, dances with Lana. Lana starts Fandangoing. Rusev sends Lana away and basically fucking destroys Fandango. And that's the match. Rusev wins, obviously. To send a message to John Cena, he stomps him in the back 3 times before applying the accolade instead of once. Wonderful. In the first of the night, R-Truth versus Stardust. And there's those 2 favorite words again of mine, for reasons. I wish this was alcoholic. It's not, though, because I gotta go to work in the morning. They loosely try to tie this together as Stardust is angry with R-Truth for costing him the bracket at the Royal Rumble preliminary last week on Raw, and he's got a bag of goodies that's going to help him defeat R-Truth. Truth starts the match, like he always does recently, it seems, with a quick roll-up attempt. Elbow by Stardust, shoulder by Truth, face-first suplex by Stardust, a leg sweep by Stardust, which is kind of looks botchy, I'm not gonna lie, and gets a Cody chant. He does his typical freak out in the middle of the ring, "Call me Stardust!" They trade punches, they have an in-ring collision, a spinning leg lariat by Truth, which is nice, admittedly. Face-first suplex by Truth, and Stardust wins when R-Truth looks in his bag and it's full of plastic spiders and he runs away. These are the types of matches that make me more in wrestling. But, as I said before, I promise you, that is not the dumbest thing of the night. We're getting there. Oh, and she just needs to go away. Cena Invitational, though. Cena comes out and talks 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 about what he's going to do to Rusev at Payback, because it's an I Quit match. He's going to talk about how America doesn't quit, even though he's in Canada, and then he wonders why he gets booed. He talks about our sports teams, vaguely. He talks about a guy behind the announcers in the fifth row in a pink shirt, which is fine. The whole time, they're singing the John Cena Sucks song, and they're singing the Olay chant. And then he finally gets an answer to the John Cena challenge. It's Bret Hart. Bret Hart comes out. He says, "I'm not here to accept the challenge. I'm here to introduce your competitor." And then Heath Slater's music hits. Talks about how he's tired of being attacked from behind. He got attacked by Rusev a couple weeks ago. He got an RKO out of nowhere from Orton in catering. He's tired of being attacked out of nowhere, and Bret Hart proceeds to bash him in the face with a microphone, which makes me smile. Then Bret Hart introduces Sami fucking Zayn. Oh yes, Bret Hart in Montreal gets a pop. Bret Hart in Montreal introducing the hometown boy Sami Zayn is probably the biggest pop I've heard on Raw in a while, I'm not gonna lie. We get Cena versus Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. Now, this isn't his debut, which a lot of people say it is, because he's got a NXT pay-per-view that he's on in a few weeks. So I don't know what this was, other than they want to give him some... I know when they're in Abu Dhabi, they send him out there a lot, but he's in hometown and they're doing their thing. They're giving him a spot. It's whatever. I'm happy for the guy. Don't get me wrong. I don't get why they give him a spot like this. If they're going to give him a spot like this, let him debut, introduced by Bret Hart, his first match is against John Cena. Would they not, in his hometown no less, why would they bother sticking him in the NXT pay-per-view in a couple weeks? Why wouldn't they just make this his debut on the roster? But, you know, that's just me. Starts with a standing dropkick by Sami Zayn. Cena bails. Cena heals it up in this match. Something fucking fierce. Cena bails, side slam by Cena, headlock by Cena, and another side slam. They exaggerate the fact that Sami lands badly to the point where a doctor comes in to check his arm. Twice. Cena boots and pounds on Sami Zayn in the corner like a bad guy, which is fucking awesome. Clothesline by Zayn and straight punches. Shoulder tackle by Cena. Top rope crossbody by Zayn, which is pretty because it's Zayn and fantastic, whatever. Cena bails again. Suicide flip dive by Zayn to the outside. STF by Cena and Zayn gets the rope break. Koji clutch by Zayn on John Cena looks fucking fierce, I'm not gonna lie. Bridging back suplex by Zayn and a clothesline by Cena. Zayn counters the AA and they hit a double a double clothesline spot that looks like it knocks them both on their ass, which is what it should do. It's a double suplex spot. Outside, Sami does his thing that again with the moves that I don't know what the fuck they're called, where here's the ring and one guy's here and one guy's here, and he dives through the corner ropes and turns it into a tornado DDT. It's a fucking springboard from the ground to the ground tornado DDT through the ropes thing. Credenza. But he does that, and it's fucking wonderful. Cena hits the AA, and this is the fucking markout point of the entire night. This is where I just gotta feel fucking good for the guy. Cena hits the AA, Sami Zayn kicks the fuck out. Sami Zayn hits the Blue Thunder Bomb on John fucking Cena. Oh yes, gets another well-deserved, this is awesome chant, but a springboard stunner in an AA and Cena gets the win. Cena shows the wicked respect after the fact, pulls Sami Zayn out of the corner, holds his head up high and says, not on a microphone or anything, but just, you can hear him kind of yelling to the crowd, this kid's fucking tough. And he leaves Sami Zayn in the ring to absorb all the applause from his hometown crowd. Say what you will about WWE and how they mistreat NXT talent. Say what you will about John Cena and anything that he may or may not have done in the past. Shit like this is classy fucking move from John Cena. And you can't take that away from the guy. Here we go. Nikki Bella comes out for a match with her... Why is my camera doing a thing? There we go. There we go. Don't want to be fuzzy. There. Huh? Touch your hand. I touch your hand. Rock wasn't even on this show. Nikki Bella comes out for a match, accompanied by her sister Brie. We don't know who the match was supposed to be against because she gets beaten down cheaply by Naomi and her new buddy Tamina. Naomi beats them down messily and dances badly and promos badly, where the only thing that really gets mentioned is the fact that Tamina is her family by marriage. She's cousin of she's cousin of the Usos. It's a stretch. This was nothing. She still gives black female Scott Steiner promos. This is a thing. Whatever the hell shuck and jive move she was trying to do. Whatever mop died on the top of her head. Jesus Christ. And fucking, can we not get Tamina something to do on her own? I know. I get it. They need to push somebody new because AJ's not there anymore. They basically handed her what AJ was going to be doing, including AJ's bodyguard story. And I go back to what I said a couple weeks ago. I really do. And I really want to hammer this home, because to all the people that say I'm fucking racist or I show favoritism or whatever, Naomi debuted as a Funkadactyl. Sucked. Was a Funkadactyl after the Funkasaurus left. And that sucked. Tried twice to have a rivalry with Naomi, or with Cameron rather, that nobody could be paid to give a shit about. Nobody gave a shit about her as a singles girl. They tried to associate her with the Usos to get her cheered by association. That didn't work. So now they're blatantly saying, look, I have family. Cheer me because I have family. If you're gonna boo Roman Reigns for it, for associating himself with The Rock, the same should apply here. Nobody gives a shit about Naomi and her fat ass. I'm just putting that out there. Thankfully, that was over in about the span of 2 minutes, which is great. King Bad News Barrett and Sheamus versus Neville and Ziggler, which is fucking fantastic. Starts off with Ziggler versus Barrett. Boots by Barrett in a mudhole stomp. Barrett works over the back a lot. Jumping spike DDT by Ziggler, and it's pretty as it always is. Takes us to commercial break. Sheamus rides a headlock on Ziggler. Irish Curse backbreaker and a Irish Curse backbreaker by Sheamus and a super kick by Ziggler. Barrett in. Neville in. Head scissor by Neville. Twisting suicide dive and a top rope dropkick by Neville. Standing shooting star press by Neville on Barrett. Enziguri, bridging suplex, and a springboard something by Neville that gets caught by a bullhammer while Sheamus and Ziggler are brawling outside, gets the win for King Barrett. Doesn't sound like a lot. This was a fun little match. Barrett and Sheamus as a tag team are great. And once the King of the Ring shtick is done, I hope they do something with this team. Just saying. And then our main event goes pretty much exactly the way you would expect it to go. Rollins, Kane, and J&J Security come out to see the Orton versus Roman Reigns match. Jamie Noble announces that he's going to be the announcer. That's what an announcer does. He announces that the Mercury is going to be the bell keeper, and is corrected later on by Michael Cole as the timekeeper. Special enforcer on the outside is Kane, and special commentator is Seth Rollins. Yeah, this doesn't have clusterfuck written all over it, does it? As far as the actual match goes, Orton versus Roman Reigns, the RKO misses early, boots and punches by Roman, elbow by Orton, and a clothesline Samoan drop by Roman. Roman tosses Orton out, and they brawl outside for a while. Roman knocks down Jamie Noble because he can, which is great. Roman eats the guardrail, flying clothesline by Roman when they get back inside the ring is good. The flying clothesline and Superman punch by Roman Reigns is getting better by the week, although nobody will admit it, which is fine. They trade punches in the ring, an elbow by Roman, and a hangman on the top rope. Low apron dropkick by Roman on the outside, on the apron, obviously, because that's where you do a low apron dropkick. Snap slam by Orton and a suspension DDT. Superman punch by Roman. Kane pulls Roman out of the ring, and that sort of brings an end to the match. Everybody beats down Orton. Roman hits a Superman dive on everybody outside the ring, and then ends up eating post in a 4-on-1 beatdown. The Authority beat down Orton in the ring, and Ambrose makes the save, and then we have Finisher Fest to end the show. The Authority bail. Spear to Rollins. RKO to Roman. Dirty deeds to Orton, and Ambrose, of all people, stands tall at the end of Raw. Ambrose, they're doing their best to make you think that Ambrose is going to win at Payback. I mean, we all know Rollins is going to win. He's going to hold that title till at least SummerSlam. But they're doing their best to make you think that Roman Reigns is going to get another shot, or Ambrose is going to be the dark horse. Orton's there to make the match look better in whatever way Orton can. Orton does not need the belt. Orton being in this match is going to make the match better. I'm just saying. Nobody's perfectly sane in this match, are they? I mean, friggin' Ambrose and Orton being on the top of that list, but Rollins is looks like he's hanging on by a thread, and Roman Reigns, as much as most people like to shit on the guy, looks like he wants to steamroll somebody. This match is going to be a lot of fun. This match is one of only 2 matches we know about so far for Payback, along with the I Quit match between John Cena and Rusev. We can assume that we're going to get something between Sheamus and Ziggler, which will be fan-fucking-tastic. And I'm willing to bet that we're going to get something between Barrett and Neville to sort of springboard Neville's further progress on the main roster. We're probably going to get a rematch between The New Day and Kid and Cesaro. I can see that happening. I hope by Payback they've taken the belt off Daniel Bryan. And yes, I know. Yes, I know. It sounds like big, huge, gigantic hatred coming from me for Daniel Bryan or for certain Daniel Bryan fans out there. But realistically, if he can't compete, if he's too injured to compete, A, he shouldn't, because you don't want him to get more injured. B, the belt is going to go stale around his waist. So call me a dick all you want. I hope they do something with the Intercontinental Championship before Payback. Like I said, even if you want to take the cheap route, have another tournament, have a battle royal, have a whatever. Do something with that belt before it loses the prestige that it was just starting to pick up. Anyways, that's it. Next week, I'm just going to tell you this now. I'm going to be out of town next week. I don't even know if I'm going to be doing a Raw review, but I'm leaving Tuesday. I'm not coming back till the weekend. So there will be the fights on Wednesday night. I swear to God that series is coming back. The NXT pay-per-view is the Wednesday after that. So the fights on Wednesday night will definitely be back by then. I don't know. You might get a Raw review out of me, you might not. This month's fan interaction is already up and going. You guys have already given me a fantastic response for that. This month's Ask the Phoenix will be at the end of the month like it usually is. You guys have already given me fantastic feedback for that. But I will say, regardless of what I do this week, fights on Wednesday night might happen this Wednesday. I might do a very, very early tackle panel for Payback if I can get Guapo, Kristen, Connor, and Steven on board. If I can't, I will do some sort of preliminary preview myself, which would be kind of unfortunate. I was hoping I could do it with the guys, but whatever. That's it. So next week is going to be pretty dead for this channel, so enjoy whatever I'm able to give you this week, and maybe miss me. Send me a note. Tell me how much you love your boy, Spaz Phoenix, the YWC Reality Check. Oh yeah, you guys know I love you guys. And yeah, to the other issues that are floating around on in YWC Drama Land, no, I'm not going to address it. Yes, I've seen the video. No, he's not getting a response. Hashtag thanks to the loyals, like I've been saying on Facebook for the past couple of days, to you guys that are kind of sort of letting me know what's going on behind the scenes, behind my back, all that kind of shit. I really do appreciate it. I won't be acting on it, but I do appreciate it very much. And I mean that. You guys, I know I try to say this a lot, but I don't say it enough. You guys are the best. You guys are fantastic. I couldn't ask for better subscribers and better co-conversers as the response I get on this channel, and I really, really do appreciate it. That being said, it's about time for me to sail off into the sunset, and I will see you guys next time. Subscribe up there, talk down there, start a conversation, keep all these conversations going. Don't be a stranger, I'll talk to each and every last one of you later, but for right now, I am tagging out. Bye, guys.